Hello everyone and welcome back to W13 Universe. I'm your host Chich and you are watching Raw's first ever brand exclusive special event, Over the Limit 2011. Kicking things off in a rather major way with the Intercontinental Championship matchup. The Miz set to go one-on-one with Heath Slater, who looks to avenge his injured tag team partner Justin Gabriel, who was brutally beaten at the hands of your current reigning Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. He stole his spot in a championship matchup, and now he's here today, still the Intercontinental Champion, in his first title defense against Justin Gabriel's tag team partner Heath Slater, who became the contender strictly in honor of his tag team partner. Heath Slater isn't just doing this to become champion for the first time in his career, he is doing this for one half of the core, Justin Gabriel. Here tonight, can Heath Slater capture the prestigious Intercontinental Championship? Be the fifth man ever to have, no, fifth I think. Hang on, Miz, Mysterio, Booker, John Cena, fifth man ever to have held that championship. I gotta say, Heath Slater's stock has definitely been skyrocketing just lately. I think he's definitely someone a lot of people count out. They don't really consider championship material, but here tonight, you never know. Heath Slater could be Mr. Intercontinental Champion. I'm really digging this gear. I forgot I even made this. And of course, Brie Bella here in honor of Justin Gabriel as well. There's not really been a lot of association between Heath Slater and Brie Bella. It's mostly just been about Justin Gabriel, but here tonight, they are both trying to get the championship away from the man that took out their partner. Can't wait to see how this one goes down. What a way to kick off Raw's first ever special event. This is a Raw exclusive event, the first of its kind. Tonight, John Cena and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship is our main event. And Heath Slater's just going straight in. He's got that killer instinct tonight. There is something about Heath Slater that is different. You notice the concentration, the focus. He may be all smiles on his way to the ring, but he knows exactly what he's got to do tonight. Brie Bella up on the apron. He's got to be careful. Ooh! I mean, I guess that was deserved, to be fair. Justin Gabriel brutally hurt at the hands of The Miz a couple weeks ago on Raw. It was originally going to be Gabriel versus The Miz here tonight at Over the Limit, as Gabriel never got a fair shot at the Intercontinental Championship when he was removed from the Championship Scramble by a pre-match attack from The Miz. Took Gabriel out backstage, stole the fifth and final spot in the Championship Scramble, and pretty much stole the Intercontinental Championship. Two people have been very vocal about that matchup by the debuting stars that were in that match, the British Bulldog and Bret Hart, who say that they haven't had the spotlight on either of them since, and they completely blame The Miz. And here tonight, British Bulldog and Bret Hart will get their singles debuts, their straight-up one-on-one matchup when they face off against each other following this matchup. And of course, they're both going to be trying to impress in a potential shot at the Intercontinental Championship down the line. Also tonight, the Light Heavyweight Championship on the line, and what has been changed last minute by the Raw Board of Directors. We know that Shane McMahon was given a title shot at the hands of Mr. McMahon against Zack Ryder as a compromise to ensure that he doesn't sue the company. Well, that has had a slight change of plans here tonight, as that championship match will still be a thing, but to compromise, Raw management wants to make sure that there's no bias officiating in that matchup, which is why they have assigned the loose cannon Brian Pillman to be the special guest referee for that Light Heavyweight Championship matchup. McMahon obviously, you know, boss's orders, he can do whatever he wants as the man in charge. And that includes telling his referees to pull fast counts, call for the bell when no one tapped out, and so forth. And we're going to make sure that doesn't happen tonight. The board being very protective of the Light Heavyweight Championship matchup. I'll say right now, Heath Slater looking to be in a little bit of trouble. Still got the World Tag Team Championship to come tonight as the 4th collision between the Power Trip and the Disciples of Darkness takes place. This time for the World Tag Team Championship. Last time the Disciples got a shot, they were unsuccessful, but that doesn't mean a whole lot to them right now. Oh, big rake to the eyes by The Miz, and The Miz catching Heath Slater off guard there as he drops him with a skull-crushing finale, and as he goes in for the cover here, Heath Slater not only able to kick out, but you notice Brie Bella able to distract the referee, and oh, again, Miz quickly let go of that though as he realized the referee was not paying attention. And Heath Slater has caught him. That could have been the beginning of the end right there and then. The Miz bringing out his big gun, the skull-crushing finale. Could have been all she wrote for Heath Slater, but The Miz, unfortunate in how that one played out. Big superplex by Heath Slater. The one-man band comes off the ropes. Nobody home. Big right hand, one after another, across the head of Heath Slater as the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, takes back control of this matchup. Miz, Slater clearly taking a risk and it not paying off there. And again, Miz very quick to release the submission hold as he realizes there's no point whilst Brie Bella is there. We have a 3-strike rule if you cross the referee too many times. I feel like Miz is maybe like baiting Brie Bella into getting kicked from ringside. Heath Slater is struggling. He's trying to hang in there, trying to reach the ropes, and he got to them just in time with that Boston Crab. But you can really see the damage starting to take place. Miz has been absolutely vicious since coming here to Raw. His former tag team partner, the final Intercontinental Champion before that title was temporarily retired, leaving the business, really struck both him and The Miz quite badly as Heath Slater takes control. Might want to get The Miz in the ring, Slater. Heath Slater trying to take control of The Miz in this collar and elbow tie-up, but it is The Miz who comes out on top, catching Slater in with a suplex there. Miz now trying to maybe go for the, I was going to say go for the cover on Heath Slater. He has definitely worn out the challenger quite a bit. And Heath Slater turns Miz around. Sweetness! That's the finisher move of Heath Slater. Is that going to be enough to capture the Intercontinental Championship? Referee still distracted by Brie Bella. Let's not forget how Heath Slater even got to this dance in the first place. It was a surprise roll-up victory in a contenders match against R-Truth that earned him this Intercontinental Championship shot here tonight. And it could be a surprise roll-up victory that captures the Intercontinental Championship for Heath Slater tonight too. Slater really putting up one hell of a fight. Drives the boot across the face of The Miz as Heath Slater continues to impress in this matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, I think he swung a little too early there. Oh, just guts him there on the ropes as Heath Slater goes in for a cover. Is he going to capture the Intercontinental Championship? No. Miz looking to be in a bad way right now. Heath Slater definitely got the upper hand against the Intercontinental Champion as he's going to violently... Oh, shoulder first. Slater just striking away at The Miz. Intercontinental Championship on the line. This all-important match. The Miz, kneeling DDT. Drops Heath Slater flat down on his face. Is that going to be all she wrote for Heath Slater? That guy looks like he's taken too much of a beating at this point. As Brie Bella once again provides just the right distraction. The Miz getting a little bit fed up with this. And who can blame him? Heath Slater. Oh, got him there. Is that going to be enough? Cover here. The Miz. Oh, I really thought that Heath Slater could have had it. Miz busted open. Crimson Mask. Kick to the midsection of Heath Slater. Miz turns around, dead center of the ring. Skull-crushing finale for the second time. And here's a cover on Heath Slater in our opening matchup. And it's The Miz who's walking away, still the Intercontinental Championship. But you know what? That was a very impressive showing from Heath Slater to kick off Over the Limit. I really think that he's shown his worth to Monday nights in that one. Look at the damage done to the Intercontinental Champion by Slater. Tell me that ain't a guy who impressed. Miz came out on top, rightfully so. Former WWE Champion, former Tag Team Champion 3 times, second reign as Intercontinental Champion. The Miz has got a legendary career. But here tonight, I think Heath Slater really, really shocked the world with that performance. That was a brilliant performance by Slater, and I hope we'll see more opportunities arise for him in the future. But regardless, it is The Miz, still the Intercontinental Champion, as we move towards our next match of the night. Bret Hart and British Bulldog colliding one-on-one as they both look to pick up some momentum tonight at Over the Limit. Well, I guess he doesn't want to announce this guy in. The British Bulldog and Bret Hart, I think, definitely had a very impressive starting showing in the Championship Scramble match for the vacant Intercontinental Championship back on the Season 3 premiere of Monday Night Raw just 3 weeks ago. Unfortunately, neither one came out on top as they were robbed of that opportunity by The Miz, who wasn't even supposed to be in the match and walks out tonight still Intercontinental Champion despite that. But I think British Bulldog and Bret Hart really brought each other to their limits in that match now. But I'm looking forward to seeing the two go one-on-one with each other here tonight. This is going to be an interesting one-on-one matchup if you ask me. Great to see both these two back in competition after their debut 3 weeks ago. Do they have his old theme in, or is it just this new recording of it? I don't really like this version that much, to be honest. I'm not a fan. I don't really like his return theme from like 2010. I like his original from, you know, the 80s/90s. I think it was more 90s. Don't really recall Bret Hart making an entrance in 1980. I'm up to 1989, and I don't really... I mean, him and Neidhart had that little feud with Demolition. I don't really remember them coming to the ring to this. I don't remember them coming to the ring to anything. It's probably around 89 that they debut it, because they're starting to use theme songs now. But haven't heard it yet, to my knowledge. But this is going to be a treat. I am looking forward to this one. I am ready for this one-on-one matchup. Bret Hart, British Bulldog. A lot of people's minds, this is a dream matchup. What the hell is this? Well, we know these guys have been trying so hard to get a match on this Over the Limit pay-per-view. You gotta be kidding me. Well, no business. Sorry. Something about him walking like that was just getting me a little bit. I just thought the entrance would fit them. I'm now starting to reconsider it. I'm now starting to think maybe not. Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali. Really coming out here to ruin this one-on-one match between Bret and the British Bulldog. As I say, they wanted that final spot here on Over the Limit, and it was announced towards the end of Monday's Raw that Bret and British Bulldog would get that one-on-one match. And they clearly taken great personal offense to it and decided to come out here and ruin it. What does this mean? What do we have now as our match? What's happening in place? We got ourselves a tag match, it seems, as the Great Khali starts things off, and British Bulldog ain't backing down from the big man. The British Bulldog and Bret Hart teaming up. That's an interesting little combination you got there. Not at all the way things were supposed to go down, but the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal have decided to turn this into a tag team match. They've been meddling in all sorts of affairs, trying to secure a tag match with the Disciples of Darkness before they became contenders to the World Tag Team Championship. Trying to pick a fight with the Core before Justin Gabriel was injured. They've been trying everything backstage possible to get themselves on the show tonight for Over the Limit. And nothing has worked. The British Bulldog definitely doesn't have a height advantage against Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali, that's for sure. I've never seen that guy look so small, actually. I didn't realize Jinder Mahal was so big. I knew Khali was, I didn't realize Jinder was. Or is British Bulldog just really short? I mean, he is British, and we are genetically smaller over here than most Americans, so it's probable. I mean, they're Indians, not American. Well, no, that's not true. Khali is Indian. Jinder Mahal is actually Canadian, but you're not supposed to know that. I mean, he's of descent. Jinder. Great Khali. And this one's kind of broken down a little bit. Just realized the amount of nationality we've got in this matchup right here. Jinder Mahal and the British Bulldog going toe-to-toe with one another. It's great to see the British Bulldog in action, albeit not in the way that I think a lot of people had hoped we would. Bulldog really trying to impose his stature there over the Great Khali. Not a smart move, that guy is a lot bigger than you. And drop toe hold, elbow drop. Yeah. A classic. I feel like a lot of fans were robbed tonight of a great one-on-one matchup between Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog. But all the same, I feel like this is, you know, this could be the start of a beautiful combination between British Bulldog and Bret. I mean, Bulldog would have to actually tag Bret in first. Side suplex takes down Bulldog. In comes the Great Khali as Bulldog continues to be worked over by a very solid performing tag team of the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal. They've really done their bit to kind of outnumber the British Bulldog so far. I believe Jinder is now... it's a good way to try to confuse your opponent into not knowing who it is they're actually legally up against. I wonder if there are any new fans for the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal as a tag team. Obviously, I haven't seen any feedback to any of Season 3 just yet, so I have no idea. It seems like British Bulldog doesn't realize the Great Khali is the legal man right now, and that came back to bite him a little bit. The big man takes control. I wonder how much the Great Khali weighs. I mean, standing at 7'4", you got to think he's quite a tower compared to the British Bulldog. Comes up to about his chest. I am very interested in this tag team. I'm also interested in the prospect of a tag team of the British Bulldog and Bret Hart. And it looks like we could finally be seeing a tag in, but no, Great Khali able to reverse that one as the British Bulldog continues to be just run down by this fearsome duo of the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal. Were not scheduled to be a part of Over the Limit tonight, but managed to find themselves in a matchup here tonight. The Great Khali goes for the tag to Jinder Mahal. British Bulldog laid out.
A big fist to the gut.
And I feel a bit for Bulldog here. He spent 5 minutes just getting kind of pummeled by these two. I believe there has been word that Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali are related to one another. Bret Hart trying to get in the ring there to help the British Bulldog out, trying to balance this one out that little bit.
Oh my, what thunderous impact. This attack to the skull kick.
Oh.
One has to be thinking about the
Just as Bulldog was able to bring the competition over to his corner, Jinder Mahal quick to drop him with that huge clothesline. Bret Hart continues to just have to watch on as his tag team partner tonight gets beaten down. Here's the cover by the Great Khali. Bret trying to get in the ring, and oh my god, I don't think that's what he meant to run into.
A fantastic counter there by the Bulldog.
The British Bulldog showing some serious signs of heart here as he takes the Great Khali into his corner. We finally going to see a tag made to Bret the Hitman Hart, who is currently not on the turnbuckle.
Bulldog controlling the head. High elbow to the face. And that one hurt his hand.
Ooh. Ooh. I like that.
Bulldog is just too strong.
British Bulldog got Great Khali on his feet. What's he going to do here? Look at the strength of the British Bulldog. Going in for a cover here. He's really managed to turn this one around for him and Bret. Oh my god. Look at that straight running power slam on the Great Khali. With the ropes keeping the Great Khali alive in this one. Out of the ring goes the British Bulldog, the Great Khali. British Bulldog fighting on the outside. Bret Hart able to watch the back of his tag team partner tonight. Almost 10 minutes deep into this matchup, still no sign of Bret inside the ring. British Bulldog's got the Great Khali set up, and now he's going in for the tag. Here comes Bret Hart. Strikes down the Great Khali. The Bret Hart House of Fire. Drops the big man down. And now setting him up for the sharpshooter. The finishing move of Bret Hart. Is he going to be able to make the Great Khali tap out? That would be incredible, but no, the strength of Khali able to fight out of that one. Bret Hart, though, not letting up. He charges straight in with the Great Khali with a very quick reversal. And it is Bret Hart right now, just full of momentum. He has been waiting almost 10 whole minutes to get in this ring. Khali needing to get a tag out. I mean, he's taken quite a bit of damage at the hands of British Bulldog and Bret Hart now. Fans really erupted at one point in this matchup there for Bret Hart finally getting in the ring. Great Khali, though, bringing it back down to his speed. And Bret Hart charges over. There's one disadvantage the Great Khali is always going to have over Bret Hart, is he is not going to be nearly as fast as the Hitman. Bret taunting Khali. Oh, but that backfired. Khali pulling him in there. Khali going to try and make the tag made to Jinder Mahal. I'll say so far a pretty good showing from the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal, who have been desperate to get another opportunity, redemption after what happened with the Disciples in their debut match. And Bret Hart, oh boy, pile driver, drops Jinder Mahal flat down on his head. Bret Hart dragging Jinder Mahal, belly-to-belly suplex, dead center of the ring. Here comes another sharpshooter. Is he going to be able to make Jinder Mahal tap out? The Great Khali able to break that one up. And look at that! Incredible strength on Bret Hart there. Brilliantly executed neck breaker there by Jinder Mahal as he manages to turn things around. Off the ropes. I feel like this one could end any second. Ooh. Look at the back and forth between these two.
Nice takedown there. And down he goes.
Hitman came in that ring like a house of fire. And he's going in once again, third time in this matchup. He has applied the sharpshooter very close to the ropes. Jinder Mahal almost there, but almost not enough. He taps out to the sharpshooter. The Great Khali and Jinder Mahal unsuccessful in crashing this match. And I guess, realistically, at least this way, both the British Bulldog and Bret Hart come out winners. That was a great showing by these two. Really impressive. No experience as a tag team here tonight. Originally coming into this one as opponents and shutting up two people that tried so hard to force themselves here onto Over the Limit. Great showing by the British Bulldog and Bret Hart. They can at least try to celebrate together. As we move towards our next match of the night, the Women's Championship is on the line. Can Kelly Kelly pull off another upset like she did 3 weeks ago in the season premiere of Raw, when she somehow managed to make Natalya submit in, I believe, less than a minute? However, as footage has shown, Natalya did never submit in that matchup. The referee is going to be watched very carefully in our Women's Championship matchup next. Natalya spoke for the first time on her loss to Kelly Kelly 3 weeks ago that led to tonight's matchup prior to tonight's show. Natalya said that she went through hell in a submission match against Beth Phoenix for that Women's Championship, forcing Beth Phoenix to submit and never giving in that Women's Championship matchup. Now, why in the hell do you think Natalya would actually tap out to an inexperienced nobody like Kelly Kelly of the basic camel clutch? Those were the comments of Natalya in regards to her loss, and it's a very strong point, you know. Natalya did go through hell. She did force a submission out of Beth Phoenix. That doesn't exactly scream someone who's going to tap out so very fast to something that's not even a specialty like Kelly Kelly's move. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding what brings Kelly Kelly to the Women's Championship match here tonight, and her and Trish Stratus, I believe, were they successful on Raw? I think they were, actually. Yeah, I believe Trish Stratus and Kelly Kelly were successful on Raw this Monday, as Kelly Kelly continued to pick up momentum on her road to tonight's show, Over the Limit, brought to you by Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow night you can experience the backlash of everything that happens here tonight at Over the Limit. Look forward to what I'm sure will be an absolutely stacked show, top to bottom. Very interesting seeing what goes down in our WWE Championship main event. John Cena and Randy Orton one-on-one just 6 days after the Legacy brutally beat down and hurt the WWE Champion, as a reminder of who the top dog really is here on Monday nights. Randy Orton has been a very prevalent force on Raw for a long time now, ever since being drafted back in 2010. And obviously the Legacy back together means Randy Orton is more dangerous than ever. Been told that both Cody and Ted have been banned from ringside tonight for that one-on-one WWE Championship matchup. It doesn't stop them from running down to the ring at any point during the match, but we've been told that they are not to come out and assist him.
Hey, Michael, does that remind you of your last
Interested to see how that one goes down.
Vicious smack to the torso.
Coming up after this, the World Tag Team Championship on the line. Disciples of Darkness and Power Trip. The fourth collision between these two tag teams. Right now, the Disciples of Darkness 2-1 against the Power Trip. Can they make it Power Trip? Can they make it 3-1 here tonight? Or is it true that the Power Trip can only pick up a victory over the Disciples of Darkness when it matters most? I'm really liking the superstar threads I did for Kelly Kelly here.
This is about skill and power.
Also to come tonight, more women's action as Tiny Shiny and Trish Stratus go one-on-one. As I say, at the moment, Trish Stratus 2-0 with Tiny Shiny as she continues to build some serious momentum as a part of the Raw Women's division. I'm interested to see if Trish Stratus can maybe find her way into her first ever Women's Championship victory sooner than later.
Kelly with a great counter. An incredible series of moves there. Nobody's budging an inch in this one.
An elbow tie between these two as Natalya takes control of Kelly Kelly, and right now, the Women's Champion, the powerhouse that she is, seems to be all over on offense right now. I haven't really seen a whole lot of anything from Kelly Kelly since the opening bell, but I believe this one has already gone longer than their initial encounter on Monday Night Raw a few weeks back. As I say, very close attention being paid to the referee, who has been fined for unprofessional misconduct. Some people say that he was trying to clearly win over Kelly Kelly, tried to get a little closer to her by bribing her with a victory over the Women's Champion. Clearly that didn't work out. Kelly Kelly has shown absolutely no signs of interest in the referee coming out of that one.
What a knife-edge chop. Not today, too fast. Inverted DDT.
Kelly Kelly dropping down Natalya as perhaps she's finally going to get some offense in, yes. Let's not forget, Kelly Kelly is a former Divas champion. I mean, admittedly, it was considered in a lot of people's minds a fluke victory. She won the championship back at WrestleMania, I believe, from Natalya, if I'm not mistaken, in a Battle Royal. I'll actually have a look at that. It was WrestleMania 1. I believe she won that from Natalya initially, so we're kind of coming full circle here tonight. Is that... Am I getting that right? Kelly. I think he just like patted her on the shoulder. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't from Natalya. The match involved Natalya. Kelly Kelly won the championship from former women's competitor Melina. Kelly. Listen. It's time I told you the truth. My name's not really Michael Cole. There's an interesting reversal for that crossbody there. Natalya converting her strength and the momentum of Kelly Kelly to just throw her over her shoulder like that. Right now, the Women's Champion really taking control of this Women's Championship match. Oh, come on. I forgot that this would happen. I just didn't have a favorite. I didn't have someone I wanted to have win. I don't mind Kelly Kelly picking up the underdog victory. Oh no. Natalya, we don't need this. Okay. And Kelly Kelly rolls out of the way. Wow. You can see right there, Kelly Kelly able to expertly roll out of the way just in time to send Natalya crashing through the table. Oh, this is the actual... Okay, well, this is a really odd camera angle. I've not seen this one before. The hell? It seems like the challenger has definitely gotten the best of the champion right now. We're up to a count of 5, and they need to get back in the ring. Is the camera going to stay like this, or when they get in the ring, is it going to fix? I don't recognize this angle. Oh, I guess we're just staying like this. And a discus clothesline by the defending women's champion. I think that's a new move she's added to her repertoire, but it is not enough to put away the challenger. This is a really, really interesting camera angle. I wish we could get this more often. However, I also wish we could get some close-ups, because I feel like we're a little too far away from the action now. defending women's champion, trying to force a submission out of Kelly Kelly. Definitely be this rivalry coming full circle, if you ask me. Bulldog by the challenger. And multiple elbow drops to the abdomen. Women's champion really showing how tough as nails she is. Continues to keep fighting back regardless of everything Kelly Kelly throws her way.
Wild strike doesn't go home. Kelly Kelly's in all kinds of trouble now. And that series ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can afford to give their opponent the upper hand. And the neck breaker connects.
Neck breaker drops down Natalya. Kelly Kelly lifting her to her feet. Gonna look for something big here. Oh! Got the flat down on her head. I would have gone for the pin if I was Kelly Kelly. Big DDT there on the women's champion. She's looking to really be picking up a lot of momentum here in this women's championship match. But I feel like this is time wasted right now. Is it going to be enough of an opening? Yes. I was going to say that was a lot of time wasted there, setting things up. And Kelly Kelly, oh, I believe that's her finishing move, the K2. Is that going to be the finishing point in this matchup? No, not even a 2 count on Natalya, but Kelly Kelly continues to fight back. I gotta say, Kelly is really impressing here tonight. I wasn't expecting to see this level of competition after such a potential fluke victory over Natalya 3 weeks ago. Maybe she could have beaten her to begin with anyway on Raw. She's definitely bringing the champion to her limits. Running power slam drops down Kelly Kelly. Natalya pulling her away from the ropes as she maybe goes in yet for a pin. Is it going to be enough to get the job done? No. I think any time you spend trying to pull your opponent away from the ropes, there's time wasted in a match this dire. At a point this dire, I should say. Both these two very worn out. I really wish the camera would change. Is that going to be enough? No. I was going to say, again, too much time wasted trying to adjust. I mean, Natalya into a roll-up here. Perfect reversal, but Kelly Kelly very quick to kick out. And Natalya with a second discus clothesline. I think that's got to be it. I feel like that has to be the finishing point in this matchup. Again, wasting time, though, pulling her away from the ropes. You know, if you want to think smart, what you got to do is you got to just hook the leg, maybe pull the arm in, hold the arm back whilst also having the leg hooked. Pull that entire loose side of the body away from the ropes as you go for the cover. There's no need to pull away from the ropes all the time. And another roll-up attempt here by Natalya. The women's champion getting desperate. It just doesn't seem to be able to put Kelly Kelly away. It's really strange. The challenger showing a lot of heart here tonight. Oh! Big slap. Yeah, it seems like Natalya's having to get a little bit desperate at points here. Not the kind to normally bust out something like a roll-up attempt, but Natalya has done that more than once in this match. As Kelly Kelly goes for the cover here. No. If Kelly Kelly can beat Natalya tonight, she becomes one of very few to have held both the Women's and Divas Championships in her career. Hopefully her Women's Championship run would go better than her Divas title run, which ended, I think, less than a month later. Is this going to be enough? No. Head scissors was not enough. Headcopter. And okay, shades what happened before, but there was a rope break there. The referee showing no bias to Kelly Kelly. And here comes a second K2 on the Women's Champion. Is that going to be enough to get the job done? Having to waste time pulling her away from the ropes again. These women just aren't getting it. Kelly Kelly into the cover here. Is that going to be it? Yes, it is. Well, it was certainly no fluke what we saw in the Season 3 premiere. Maybe Natalya didn't submit, but clearly Kelly Kelly has shown that she does have what it takes to defeat Natalya. Natalya went through hell to capture that championship back at WrestleMania 2. But here tonight, that championship reign has come to an end. And I'm interested to see what Kelly is going to do as the woman on top now here on Monday nights. Well, over on Monday nights, I should say. This is Over the Limit, not Raw. Congratulations to Kelly, the first new champion crowned here tonight at Over the Limit. Will another new champion be crowned? In fact, a set of new champions. Can the Disciples of Darkness continue to pull off the unthinkable? Can these underdogs defeat two absolute giants once again when the Disciples of Darkness face the Power Trip up next for the World Tag Team Championship?
Following contest is an elimination tag team match. And it's for the World Tag Team Championship. Approaching the ring, they are the World Tag Team Champions. The man they call Vader and Kevin Nash. The Power Trip.
This match was last second changed by Kevin Nash and Vader. They were told they could pick any stipulation for this matchup. They last second declared this would be an elimination tag team match. There's all this talk about weak links. There's all this talk about how Vader is the weak link and how they can't beat Kevin Nash and this and that. Well, they're going to prove it by single-handedly eliminating both members of the Disciples of Darkness. That is the declaration that Kevin Nash has made on part of the Power Trip here tonight. This could be a very, very tough challenge for the Disciples of Darkness. They don't have to just get that one upset victory over Kevin Nash or Vader. They got to get an upset victory over the both of them. This is definitely put up or shut up time for the Disciples of Darkness here tonight. Can they capture the World Tag Team Championship? These guys have only just recently started finding success as a tag team. I hope that it can continue. They've had an entire year to get to this point. It was about a year ago to this day that Jetstar made his debut. Here tonight, him and Nemesis getting their first big pay-per-view championship opportunity. They got to make the most of that. Disciples of Darkness have never really been one to be considered top contenders for the tag team titles. Ever since the draft, though, I've got to say they've been making waves. They've been making their presence felt as a part of Monday nights. Should be interesting. Falls count anywhere. There are disqualification, but falls count anywhere to ensure that this match can continue and resolve one way or another. And this is an elimination-style tag team matchup, something I don't believe we've actually seen before, where, similar to that of a Survivor Series matchup, both members of a team have to be eliminated for one other team to be declared the winner. So, long story short, Jetstar could win the tag team championships for the Disciples after Nemesis has been eliminated, but he'd have to go it alone. Nemesis must leave the match once he is eliminated from it, and vice versa.
He's in bad shape. He's got to make the tag.
What? Bad shape? Jetstar locking in a submission hold. Kevin Nash very quick to charge over and break that one up. A good choice. Tag made to Nemesis. Disciples of Darkness. Ooh, quick boot across the face of Vader. Interesting choice to have Vader come in first, as he has often been cited as the weak link of the Power Trip, and that was only further reinforced this Monday on Raw when Kevin Nash absolutely annihilated Jetstar in a one-on-one competition. I mean, admittedly, there was some opposition from Jetstar, and I'm seeing that side of Vader here again tonight. He is getting absolutely worked over by these superstars that should, statistically, not stand a chance against someone of such stature. They are wearing him down something crazy. Sends him into the corner. Nemesis looking for that standing moonsault. Got it. Straight onto the shoulder of Vader. Is one half of the tag team champions about to be eliminated? Ooh. I really thought for a minute that Vader's showing signs of hurt already. We're only 2 minutes into this match. The big man just can't get a move in. Backstabber. Ooh. Really got him there. Jetstar nowhere to be seen for Nemesis to do the tag out, but I don't know if he necessarily needs that right now. Big Bulldog, Vader busted open. What is going on right now? Kick to the midsection and, ooh, neck breaker there. Nash looking on with pure dread in his face as his tag team partner continues to just get pummeled by the challengers. And Jetstar, oh boy, is he looking for it. Ooh, Texas Piledriver. Got it. Dropped him flat down on the busted open skull of Vader. Here's the cover. And Kevin Nash is able to break up the pin. I'll tell you what, the Power Trip are already looking at going potentially 1-2 in this one. The Disciples of Darkness are absolutely tearing Vader apart. Off the top. Oh, okay, I thought we were going to go for a crossbody. A flying shoulder block. Nemesis goes in for the cover. That tag team move not enough to wear Vader out, though. Okay, Nemesis running over to the... Okay, he ran over to the corner again, and Vader trying to get the hell out of there. Good choice. Give the guy an opportunity to just catch his breath. Oh, Nemesis running on some kind of high right now. Really trying to go toe-to-toe with the big man, Kevin Nash. Using his weak knees as a good target there. Very smart. Kevin Nash notorious for his fragile knees. Vader, he's channeling the Ultimate Warrior. And Kevin Nash now able to turn this one around. A lot of people say he is the star of the Power Trip. Unfortunately, that seems to be coming true. Poor Vader. Been told, speaking of tag teams, that Bret Hart and British Bulldog got on so well in their tag team match, they are strongly considering becoming an official recognized tag team on Monday night. Going under the name of the Hart Foundation. Could it be? Could we see a new tag team on Raw? Raw's tag division really beefing up just lately. You got the Crew, the Core, the Power Trip, the Disciples of Darkness, the Hart Foundation, Khali and Mahal. I think that's everyone? There might be more. I feel like I'm missing someone. That doesn't feel like the complete list, but that's what I got.
Nash is in trouble.
Well, Nemesis able to find a way to wear out Nash, sending him leg first into that steel step. And now the finishing move of Nemesis. Is that going to be enough to get the cover here on Kevin Nash on the outside? Vader just watching. What are you doing, man?
Nash has been backed into a corner. This may be when he's most dangerous.
Vader completely slipping up there. What is going into this guy just lately? Seems to have lost whatever it was that made him special. And this has now become a 2-on-1 for the World Tag Team Championship. Vader has got to go it alone against both the Disciples of Darkness, and when he constantly being called the weak link of the Power Trip, that is not a vote of confidence. Nemesis and Vader facing off in the ring, but Vader trying to avoid the legal man. I mean, you can still compete on the outside. Anything goes in this World Tag Team Championship match. I mean, not anything. You can be disqualified, but anything Jetstar does on the outside is perfectly legal. He is allowed to attack Vader as much as he wants for as long as they're on the outside of the ring. There is no disqualification risk there. And Here comes the cover. The Disciples of Darkness, no. I can't believe what has gone down in this tag team title match. The Power Trip seem absolutely screwed. Nemesis just trying to get the cover on Vader. He's trying to almost spare him, and there it is. Vader couldn't take it anymore, and for the first time in 1 year of teaming together, the Disciples of Darkness are finally your World Tag Team Champions. They walked into tonight as the underdogs, as the complete unlikely outcome to capture the tag team championships, and they just brutalized two men. I think one of those two combined, one of those two is the same size as those two combined. I don't know how they did it, but Nemesis and Jetstar are your brand new World Tag Team Champions as we move towards our next match of the night. Tiny Shiny set to go one-on-one with Trish Stratus. Well, Tiny Shiny suffered a surprise loss to Trish Stratus a few weeks back on Raw in what was an absolutely brilliant back and forth one-on-one competition. Here tonight, Tiny Shiny and Trish Stratus going to go one-on-one with each other once again. A real treat for the fans after what went down on Raw a couple weeks ago between the two. And obviously now, these two are going to be vying to try and become a new contender to Kelly Kelly's Women's Championship. But these two quite solid fan favorites. No idea who I think has the upper hand when I look at these two side by side. Trish Stratus normally on the losing end of a lot of matches, but Season 3 could be her time to shine. Felt like a jab at Tiny Shiny that I didn't mean to do, I'm sorry. It's all in the music. She changed her song and now she wins. She also went blonde and now she wins. So, you know, take from that what you will. Still to come tonight, the Light Heavyweight Championship on the line next in a special referee match. Zack Ryder defends the title against Shane McMahon with Brian Pillman as the guest referee. Brian Pillman has had a recent weigh-in that has stated that he is not eligible to compete for the Light Heavyweight Championship, surprisingly. So he will not be able to challenge the winner, despite his recent involvements between the two. He has strictly been put in this position for some unbiased officiating, as management are concerned that Mr. McMahon will typically try to play favorites and screw over Ryder in some way in favor of his son Shane McMahon. Should be a very interesting one-on-one match for the Light Heavyweight Championship next. If you say it twice, it's really exciting. And in the main event, the WWE Championship on the line, Randy Orton and John Cena going to go toe-to-toe with one another. Really interested to see who can come out on top with the WWE Championship. Will Randy Orton win his first WWE Championship and third overall World Championship? Or will John Cena be able to retain the championship? Something he has really struggled to do as of late is remain on a winning streak, and remain on the winning end of things. You know, his last WWE Championship reign came to an end incredibly quickly at the hands of The Undertaker back at WrestleMania 2. He managed to get the championship back, but Randy Orton claims that only him and his legacy are the reason John Cena defeated The Undertaker back at Extreme Rules. That won't be happening ever again, because Randy Orton is not on the side of John Cena. Randy Orton was on the side of bringing a world championship to Raw for Randy Orton.
She's looking to get out of here. And we're going back between the ropes. From behind. Trish with flawless timing. Reversal. Silva reverses it. Silva controlling
that outfit makes Tiny Shiny's butt look really good. Congratulations, Tiny Shiny. You did it.
Has the headlock. The kick connects.
Tiny Shiny coming off the top with a Bulldog. DDT, I don't know why I keep calling that a Bulldog. I really don't know where that suddenly came from. Here tonight we have seen a brand new women's champion in Kelly, as well as new world tag team champions in the Disciples of Darkness. Will we continue to see new champions when the light heavyweight title and WWE title are on the line later on tonight? Or will we see more people following the footsteps of The Miz, who successfully retained his Intercontinental Championship earlier tonight against Heath Slater in a highly competitive Intercontinental title matchup? So far, Raw has really put on a spectacle tonight that has made their superstars really shine. It's really shown what Raw has to offer. This has been a great showing from Monday nights. I was worried that this would not work as well as it has. That somehow it just wouldn't quite connect and Raw wouldn't end up looking all that good on its own without SmackDown and ECW there to back it up. But I gotta say, this has really surprised me tonight. Tiny Shiny really had that submission hold locked in for a long time there, but Trish Stratus did manage to eventually fight her way out of it.
Nice dodge there.
Nice dodge there.
Would you listen to this crowd show their appreciation for these
Appreciation.
competitors?
Flattens flattens Trish Stratus there. Does Tiny Shiny as she goes in for the cover. Tiny Shiny looking for 925. No, Trish Stratus with the reversal. Couldn't have come at a better time there, as it looks like Tiny Shiny is really getting the best of Stratus. This match doesn't feel nearly as competitive as their previous encounter, I must say. Tiny Shiny really seems to be getting the best of Trish in this one. Former women's champion really picking up some momentum as she continues to fight back big time. Could Tiny Shiny be on the road to becoming women's champion for the second time in the near future?
Did you hear the impact on that kick?
Okay, interesting move there by Tiny Shiny as she once again drops Trish Stratus flat on her back.
Oh boy, what a counter there by Trish. Elbow to the nose.
Trish has yet to win a championship here in this series, and right now it's not looking like that's going to change anytime soon. Stratus setting Tiny Shiny up. Is this going to be the finishing point in this matchup? As Stratus has really turned things around for herself. Kick there across the face of Tiny Shiny. Going in for the cover. Perfectly executed. She didn't waste any time pulling away from the ropes, but Tiny Shiny quickly kicked out. And Stratus continues to be on the offense. Raw's women's division really heating up just lately. Really feel like we've seen the whole division on display here tonight, with Brie Bella being at ringside for Heath Slater. The only one we haven't seen yet is the yet-to-debut additional member of the Raw Women's Division, and there's been no sign of Layla in a little while. Other than that, Raw's Women's Division really been showcased tonight. Tiny Shiny, whoa, that was a brilliant reversal there. Straight into that sleeper hold. Is she going to be able to make Trish Stratus tap out? She's got that thing locked in tight. Legs wrapped around the waist. There's really no escape for Trish Stratus. And yeah, there you go. Trish Stratus forced to submit. And it's Tiny Shiny who picks up the all-important victory at Over the Limit. It's a good day to be a CAW. Tiny Shiny picking up a very important win here tonight. And the representing the Disciples of Darkness. Did he just say that correctly? Is there something we don't know? Why did he say that? Well, regardless, Tiny Shiny is victorious here tonight. She picks up this extremely important victory over Trish Stratus in another great competitive matchup between the two, but this was a very strong showing by Tiny Shiny. As we move towards our next match of the night, special referee Brian Pillman gets ready to officiate a one-on-one collision between Zack Ryder and Shane McMahon. What will go down after Ryder busted McMahon through a barricade in McMahon's debut? That's what we're going to find out next. I've never seen a match like this before. This is going to be interesting. Ah, 226. I think the cutoff is 225. No wonder he's not eligible. I was really shocked because, as you probably could have guessed, I didn't realize that initially. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll come completely clean right here and now. The initial plan for this match was for it to last second be turned into a triple threat, but I realized I couldn't, and then this was just kind of like a make-up for it. Now, I'm ready for this championship matchup. Brian Pillman, I've never seen a special referee here in this universe before. Finally, he used his threads. Well, Zack Ryder, the defending light heavyweight champion, you know, we have him to thank for us having that championship here on Monday nights when he defeated Rey Mysterio to become light heavyweight champion for the third time in his career. It'd be a real shock to see him lose it to Shane McMahon tonight, but that could be a reality. Monday nights, though, are known as a place where Zack Ryder has always found great success. We're not introducing Shane McMahon. That doesn't seem like a very good choice. Been told that McMahon has been banned from ringside here tonight. Officials really want to make sure that Shane McMahon proves himself worthy of being champion should he win it here tonight. We're not having a repeat of ECW. Been told that Mr. McMahon is very welcome to be a manager for his son Shane, given certain times, but right now is not one of those, and McMahon is to stay far away from tonight's championship matchup. And that's what it's all about. Look at the gold! Brian Pillman holding that championship. He has been given the duties of officiating this one-on-one matchup. I'm very fascinated to see how exactly Brian Pillman is going to officiate a matchup. I guess we'll find out. Here we go. Light heavyweight title on the line. Shane McMahon calls himself the champ, as his shirt says, but he has never won a match. Be interesting to see if his first ever victory is for the light heavyweight championship. I laugh, but that is entirely a possibility tonight. He's lost to Zack Ryder and he's lost to Brian Pillman, but he's never actually won anything.
Zack Ryder from behind. With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will get everything they have to win here tonight. Collar and elbow tie-up.
I don't disbelieve that Shane McMahon has the potential to be a great star one day. I actually will give credit where due. Just because he's the son of Mr. McMahon, that doesn't mean he possesses, that doesn't mean he doesn't possess potential. But it is down to him to prove himself, not to be handed opportunities by his dad. You see Brian Pillman completely unbiased officiating here. He has strictly stood to one side and watched very carefully. He's kept very far away from the action so far, and I have to actually respect that. He's been trusted tonight to very fairly call this one, as officials just want to find out who the rightful winner really is. Right now, Brian Pillman not showing any signs of favoring on either spectrum. On either side of the spectrum, is what I meant to say there.
And that series ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can
We're looking forward to our main event up next, though. John Cena and Randy Orton one-on-one. I have a feeling that is going to be an absolute blockbuster main event. I believe it will be the first time those two have ever faced off in this series one-on-one, and I'm sure it won't disappoint. Brilliant flapjack there by Zack Ryder as he drops Shane McMahon flat down. Brian Pillman getting in position. That's the right thing to do as referee. He is watching this one very carefully. I mean, I said that before, I say it again. I do find it a little questionable to give a guy with a moniker like Loose Cannon a job as referee, but that's what he's been given here tonight. Despite the fact that he has had his run-ins with Shane McMahon in the past, he has assured us he will be calling this one fairly. And so far, he is kept to be a man of his word. Shane McMahon setting Zack Ryder up for something big here as he goes up onto the top rope, and a superplex drops down Zack Ryder center of the ring. Don't forget, there are a lot of superstars from Raw that aren't in action here tonight that you may be able to catch tomorrow night on Raw, from Shawn Michaels to The Crew to The Legacy, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, who, by the way, were the other tag team I forgot to list when I was listing off the tag division of Raw. And I believe there's still some superstars that have yet to debut as members of Monday Night Raw. I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two that still haven't made their official first appearance since signing up to be on Raw. I mean, there's one from the women's division already that springs to mind. Shane McMahon has managed to go fairly toe-to-toe with the light heavyweight champion thus far tonight. I can't imagine Shane McMahon feels too good being handed an opportunity like this, I feel like he would have wanted to have earned his way to a championship opportunity rather than have his dad just give him one like this. But then I don't really know. That's just my personal opinion, is I think I'd rather have proven that I deserve a championship opportunity than be handed one by management. Man with a reversal there. See, Shane has fairly held his own against Zack Ryder tonight, and he fairly held his own against Brian Pillman this Monday on Raw. I believe it was this Monday on Raw. But it's just something a little questionable about the momentum that this man has had. What's brought him to this dance is Brian Pillman very quick to jump in there. Seemed like a very fair count to me. Leapt in, countered the one. Gotta make sure both shoulders are down. He's gotta get in the right position. Shane McMahon presumptuously wearing his champ jersey.
I just can't get over the physicality of this match. This has been brutal.
Ryder caught him in a headlock there, but McMahon quick to reverse that. Ryder charging over, but McMahon once again drops him flat down. Fairly competitive matchup. Roll up here by Zack Ryder. Brian Pillman, hold up a second. A little bit of a slow count here. Shane McMahon goes in for the cover, and Pillman seems to be giving him a little bit of a slow count as well. I feel like maybe that's just the way Brian Pillman wants to count the pins. Seems to be really making sure the shoulders are down, and there you go. I mean, you can't stay fairer than that. That was a slow count for both superstars, and still Zack Ryder was able to pick up the victory over Shane McMahon. Well, Zack Ryder continues his reign as light heavyweight champion, his third time holding the title, and I gotta respect it for what it is. That was a great performance from both superstars, but Zack Ryder definitely seemed to have had the upper hand right from the get-go. Shane McMahon, I think, needs a lot more experience before he goes chasing championships. Brian Pillman fairly checking on the man who at one point attacked him and cost him his debut match. I gotta say, can't stay fairer than that. Brian Pillman, a respectable guy coming out of this one. But up next, our main event, the WWE Championship is on the line. Can Randy Orton win his third World Championship, or will John Cena's third reign as WWE Champion continue? This is going to be one clash you don't want to miss.
The following contest is for the WWE Championship.
Well, 3 weeks ago at Extreme Rules, John Cena defeated The Undertaker to capture his third WWE Championship, immediately winning the title back from the man he lost it to at WrestleMania 2. But it came in an extremely controversial fashion, as following a World Heavyweight Championship defense from The Undertaker, who was holding both championships at the time, after successfully defending against Randy Orton in a highly competitive matchup, Cena came into the ring, immediately started swinging at The Undertaker. Out comes Randy Orton once again, completely crashes the match. Cody and Ted come out. It was all a setup. Cena, Orton, Cody, Ted all beat down The Undertaker, and Cena simply steals the WWE Championship from The Undertaker. Immediately afterwards, grabbing a microphone, telling SmackDown where they can shove it, and revealing that this was all a setup, and he was coming to Monday nights with the WWE Championship as a backup plan to make sure that Raw had a world title should Randy Orton fail to defeat The Undertaker. But the very next night, as part of their agreement, Randy Orton was to face John Cena for the WWE Championship as payment for helping John Cena capture his third WWE title. However, on that Monday night, Randy Orton was nowhere to be seen, and instead emerged the Demon Kane, coming out absolutely tearing the WWE Championship apart, the WWE Champion, apart. John Cena was victimized at the hands of Kane. Rewind to 2 weeks ago, a number one contenders match take place. Randy Orton, Kane, one-on-one, highly competitive matchup, somehow, someway, with I think a lot of help from some outside interference from Ted DiBiase. Randy Orton walks away the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Last week on Raw, John Cena set to go one-on-one with Kane to see what could have been to put Kane in his place after what Kane did, but Kane this time nowhere to be seen, and instead John Cena stands opposite the ring to all three members of the Legacy, who brutally beat John Cena down in a 3-on-1 handicap. Cody locking that submission hold in tight, forcing several submissions out of John Cena, but it was Orton who laid Cena out with an RKO to close Monday's Raw and prepare us for tonight's match here at Over the Limit. The WWE Championship is on the line, and I think this is going to be a match for the ages, two highly established and important members of both Monday and Friday nights, colliding for the first time for the WWE title.
From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton. And his opponent, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, John Cena.
It has been over a year since Randy Orton lost his second World Heavyweight Championship, and he has not held a single World Championship since, having only been Hardcore Champion in the time between then and now. Randy Orton has actually not exactly been the most successful when it comes to these championship matches, but here tonight Orton is determined to capture the WWE Championship for the first time, and I don't think he's going to stop until John Cena is unconscious and he has captured his third championship. If I had to make a bold prediction tonight, I think Cena may have made a mistake coming here to Monday nights. You think after the match Undertaker had had with Randy Orton back at Extreme Rules. They didn't need that 4-on-1 ambush. They didn't need John Cena being owing a favor to Randy Orton for a WWE title shot. They didn't need that temporary alliance. Cena could have possibly beaten the Weeknd and beaten down Undertaker to capture the championship clean, and we could have had unified titles over on SmackDown. But John Cena decided to work with the legacy. John Cena knew the kind of deal he was making. Obviously, he feels he's more confident trying to defeat Randy Orton than he does The Undertaker.
Throughout John Cena's career, he's never quit, no matter how tired he is.
The ropes goes Randy Orton as John Cena drops him with a toe hold there. Interesting to see if Randy Orton can end Cena's third reign as quick as his second reign as WWE Champion went. Cena has definitely got a lot of living up to do. I think he'd definitely prefer if his third reign was more like his first as WWE Champion, which was a rather lengthy reign ended by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Up on the top rope, side suplex sends Randy Orton crashing down. These are absolutely two of Raw's biggest and best to offer. And that's no disrespect to Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, Vader, Booker T, R-Truth. I think we've got a lot of great potential main eventers here on Raw, including Justin Gabriel and The Miz. I definitely think Raw is stacked with some brilliant talent. Definitely more of an up-and-comers as opposed to established names like ECW and SmackDown have got.
This arena is absolutely electric for John Cena.
He says as they loudly boo while Cena takes control of the match. This is our main event here tonight at Over the Limit. This has been an absolute treat from the Raw brand, I've got to say. They have really impressed here tonight, if you ask me. And tomorrow night there will be plenty of fallout coming out of tonight's Monday Night Raw. I mean, tonight's Over the Limit pay-per-view, tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. It'll be interesting to see how Kane retaliates to whoever comes out. This one is WWE Champion, as I'm not entirely sure if Kane's issue is with John Cena, the WWE Champion, or if it's with wanting to hold the WWE Championship. I can't really tell. I don't know what Kane's agenda is right now. I know that Goldust has created a monster. He has made Kane far worse than Kane ever was before, but I don't know quite what it is that Kane is seeking out right now. Cena up top and a leg drop connecting on Randy Orton there.
John Cena scrapped his way to the top of the WWE and he's determined to stay there.
Drops John Cena flat down.
He may have an ego, but when you're as good as Randy Orton,
Randy Orton says that the previous iteration of the legacy that you saw here on Monday nights last year was a weak version. Their bond was weak. Their communication was weak. Their in-ring skills were weak. But what you see now is three people who have become grizzled veterans that have been here since the beginning and that will all be champion on Monday Night Raw.
these superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next. Right hand by Randy. Into the headlock, and that series ends in deadlock.
Cena and Orton going back and forth, but I gotta say, right now, the WWE Champion seems to be the more favorable between the two. And the snapmare drops him with the elbow to the back.
Not fast enough.
I wonder if it will take one RKO or one FU to get this one done. I do wonder what exactly it's going to take to see this one come to an end here tonight. I feel like there'll be multiple. Orton may even have to bust out the punt kick tonight. You never know. Which I don't think I've given him back yet, so he probably won't. I will 100% be giving him back the punt kick. I'm not sure why they took it off of him in this game. I think it's because he stopped doing it around this time, because at one point I remember it was like illegal. I don't think that was like a storyline thing either. I think they were worried about like the safety of the move, but then they started doing it again anyway. It's just one of those things that, you know, it's like a behind the scenes thing that people spoke about online from right. Cena with a Thez press as he drops down the challenger The WWE Champion looking to be very prepared here tonight. Despite the 3-on-1 beatdown he took 6 days ago on Raw, he seems to be 100% in the zone against Randy Orton so far. I feel like this has just been 5 minutes of the WWE Champion just wearing on Randy Orton. Tearing on Randy Orton even. Orton sends Cena into the rope. Nope, catches him. Brilliant mind game there by Randy Orton. The champion, as I said, I mean the challenger, not been champion for over a year, well over a year. Known for his historic WrestleMania victory over The Undertaker. WrestleMania 2, he wasn't even in a World Championship match, and Randy Orton has taken great personal offense to that. His second reign coming to an end back at Extreme Rules 2010, when Randy Orton lost a TLC match to Edge, after which immediately Jack Swagger cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, setting up a championship feud between Swagger and Edge, after which Batista and Sheamus started contending for the title, and Randy Orton was nowhere near the World Heavyweight Championship. He says that his time has come. He has sat and he has waited for an opportunity to come his way, and now that he has made himself a top star here on Monday nights, he ain't going anywhere. I mean, Orton literally had to attack the Big Show and steal the Hardcore Championship just to find himself on the WrestleMania show. But let's not forget what Orton accomplished at WrestleMania, defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldust, and CM Punk in one match to retain that Hardcore title.
Cena has the headlock.
Cena sends Randy Orton into the corner as the WWE Champion continues to be the one in control in this championship match, but it's Orton who keeps trying to turn things around.
You know, John Cena's no slouch when it comes to his ground game. Ouch.
I'm very intrigued to see how this one plays out. Right now, it seems like it's almost 100% John Cena, though. I stand by that statement. I don't feel like we've seen enough offense from the challenger. Almost 8 minutes down in this main event matchup. Neither one of these two really seems worn out just yet. Hurt, tired, anything. They both just seem to be just as capable to keep going. Another 12 minutes right now. I hate to see it over the limit end in a time-up draw, but that might be what we're in for. And Orton measuring John Cena as he works each individual limb with each one of his moves. There's no real part that Orton picks at and softens. I've noticed that Orton is very much the apex predator in the sense that he will target each individual limb when he sees fit. There's no specialty there, there's no thing he tries to wear on. He tries to make everything hurt equally, so you are just worn out all around. We'll stare down for a second there as Orton takes control once again. It's good to see Orton finally getting some offense in this competitive matchup. So far, I've got to say, no sign of neither Cody nor Ted. This has been a one-on-one matchup. No interference from Kane either, thankfully. I'm hoping we don't see an appearance from Kane in the middle of this matchup. I want a clear-cut winner for the WWE Championship here tonight, personally speaking.
Well, whenever the dominating competitor takes his time, it gives, he knows his opponent is completely...
Cena trying to force a submission out of Randy Orton. Ballsy. I don't feel like Randy Orton is the kind to tap easily. Can't think of a time I've known Randy Orton to tap out. John Cena just continues swinging on the offense. As I said about a minute ago, Randy Orton finally in the zone, but it's John Cena who's once again in control. We reach almost the half time mark in this match. Just 15 more seconds. We are 10 minutes into the time limit given on this match.
What a painful kick. Collar and elbow battling for control. Oh, kick to the midsection.
20 minutes enough time for these guys. We're past the 10-minute mark. 9 minutes 50 seconds remaining on this matchup. Orton lifting Cena up. What is this? Oh!
He's done.
Airborne, kind of backwards stunner cutter. Cena kicking out.
Has the arm. The power and quickness of Cena.
The WWE Champion perhaps realizing it's time to strike and fight back. Randy Orton, RKO! That was very, very sudden. They really do say RKO out of nowhere for a reason. Randy going in for the cover here. That's the first finishing move we've seen in this match, and not even a 2 count on John Cena for the RKO. That goes to show the determination on the WWE Champion here tonight as Randy Orton. Uh-oh. Okay, we're starting to see a more vicious side of Randy Orton come out now. It's like he hits a certain point and he just kind of breaks. Starts to get that little bit more violent. So, okay, John Cena up on the shoulders. Are we going to see an FU? It's connected. There it is. John Cena dropping Randy Orton with his finishing move. The FU. Is he going to be able to get a victory over Randy Orton tonight? No. I had a feeling neither one of these two finishing moves would put the other away with a single hit. I got to be honest. I just had it. You know, something in me was just tingling. I just knew that it wasn't going to end on a single finishing move. 8.5 minutes remaining on this matchup. We have seen one big move from both of these two, and it has done nothing. Randy Orton with a roll-up. That's one way we could see this match end. John Cena very quick to kick out of that one, though. Imagine your WWE Championship reign coming to an end on a roll-up. Completely possible, but not exactly the most honorable way to lose the championship either. John Cena, I believe, starting to favor the head now. Randy Orton has started to work his magic on John Cena. Yeah, he's favoring that head. Starting to feel the effects of the RKO being dropped flat down. The WWE Championship opponent, Randy Orton, could be on his way to winning his first ever WWE title. He is really going in for the cover on John Cena. He's trying to just wrap this one up. Dirty D, dirty boy, stinky. John Cena catching Randy Orton by the head as he sends him to the rope. No, reversal there. Jawbreaker by Randy Orton. Uh-oh, he's going to that place. I've seen that kind of motion from him before. Randy Orton feeling a little bit more sadistic with each strike. He's got him. This is trouble for the WWE Champion. John Cena getting caught with each one of Randy Orton's quick, sly reversals there as he goes in for the cover on John Cena. Is he going to be able to get the job done? Still just a 1 count. The champion really putting up a fight. And, ooh, backbreaker. Goes in for another cover. Is John Cena down and out? Still no. Still just a 1. My God, the champion really putting up a fight. Randy Orton caught him by the head there. Belly to belly. Got him. Uh-oh. This could be it. This could very well be it. Randy Orton could be on his way. RKO connecting. John Cena busted open from the impact of that RKO. Here's the cover. And in 14 minutes, Randy Orton has defeated John Cena to capture his 3rd World Championship and first WWE Championship. What a historic night, not just for Monday nights, but for that man right there, Randy Orton, the new WWE Champion. He said he used John Cena to bring the WWE Championship over to Monday nights. John Cena was just a tool at his disposal to get him the WWE title on his brand, put him in contention, and get him what he deserves. And there it is. Randy Orton has fulfilled his legacy as a 3-time world champion. Randy Orton, the brand new WWE champion, coming out of Over the Limit. I hope finally we'll see a more lengthy title reign. Right now I feel like the championship is changing hands every other week, but Randy Orton, a huge victory tonight over John Cena, and a well-deserved victory to close out Over the Limit. Thank you all for watching. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night in the follow-up to Over the Limit. I'll see you all tomorrow night on Raw.